What's up, East? I'm Dr. Matthew Mino, principal. Welcome back, and for our freshmen, welcome to the 2020 school year. For the last 5 months, we've encountered so many events that we definitely could not control in any way, shape, or form. Yet we are extremely excited to kick off the 2020 school year. Yes, it is going to look different, but at the same time, it's going to be a different good. We are going to do our best with the responses that we have to create the best possible experiences for all of you. All right, everyone, hold on and fasten those seatbelts. We are going to walk through several different items tonight to prepare you for those first few days and weeks of school with some essentials. The first we're going to talk about is the Patriot Process, which is East culture, followed by what the first day of school will look like, and what does class look like on the daily, and finally conclude with how can families support the East community. Culture is built off of the beliefs of that organization or the community, and then how those beliefs drive the behaviors of the individuals within that organization or community, and then from those behaviors, what experiences those individuals are creating for others. The key part about culture too is having a common language. So the common language that we use and the 3 beliefs that really drive East are discipline over default, power of team, and stand up and own it. Discipline over default is built on the mindset and skill set of ERO. ERO is event plus response equals outcome. We can't control events, we can't control the outcome, but we can control the response and how we do that. So how do we respond intentionally to be the best versions of ourselves? The second belief is power of team. And the mindset is really we, not me. And how do we get to a sense where we really care about each other and support each other? And that starts with just understanding that we have 1,600 different individuals within this building, within this community, and 1,600 different stories. And so how do we meet people where they're at? And that starts by listening and learning about that and understanding an individual story so we can best help or serve others. If we take the time to do this, then we really unite as a team and we realize that we need each other and we need to lean on each other because we're stronger together. Our final belief is stand up and own it. This is all about trying to improve every day who we are and to be the best versions of ourselves. And that all comes from the responses that we give to the events we encounter. So when we talk about serving with your heart and giving back and embracing productive discomfort and coming to play each day to give our best, that's stand up and own it. These 3 beliefs drives who we are and hopefully what we can all work to become. The Patriot Process creates a common language that reminds us to embrace these pillars on the daily. By the time your students graduate, we hope these beliefs will have assisted them along their way at East and will continue to guide them through their days ahead.
Hello, I am Miss Smedberg, the new Associate Principal at Appleton East and the Principal of Tesla Charter School. Welcome to the 2021 school year. The purpose of this video is to help you feel comfortable with the first few days of school. Let's take a look at the first week's schedule. You'll notice that we start on Tuesday, September 1st. Your first class will start at 9:25 a.m. On Tuesday and Wednesday of the first week, we'll be using 1 course in Canvas, and that is your advisory or your homeroom course. To find your homeroom or advisory teacher, you can log into Infinite Campus, look on your schedule for Flex. On Thursday and Friday of the first week, we'll walk through what the normal schedule will look like for 2021. Where to begin on the first day? Log into your Chromebook and find the Canvas app. When you click on that, you will see all of the courses that you're enrolled in. You will want to find your homeroom or advisory tile, and you'll want to click on that. Within that tile, you will want to click on Announcements, and then you'll want to click on the date of the announcement. That will open the entire announcement. When announcements are posted, they will give you directions on where to start in the course for that week and what your goal is to get done for that week. Day 2. On Wednesday, your schedule will look a little bit different. You will have a morning block and an afternoon block. In your morning block, you will get to work on your Canvas courses. In the first week, it will be that advisory course. In the afternoon on Wednesdays, you may have the opportunity for a small group Google Meet, a one-on-one meet, or teachers may be providing Canvas within your Canvas course. You also have the opportunity to continue working on your Canvas work if you do not have scheduled times with teachers on Wednesday afternoon. Day 2 in the first week will be continued work within the advisory or homeroom course that you are working on Tuesday. Reread that announcement, take a look at what needs to be completed, and keep working through. On Thursday and Friday of the first week, you'll have an opportunity to go through your schedule. On Thursday at 9:25, you will log in and be looking for your 4th hour course that's listed on your schedule. Notice your teacher and the course name and find the tile in Canvas that matches. You'll have an announcement from each teacher. On normal weeks of school, you'll have an announcement at the beginning of the week. The first week, the beginning of the week, the announcement will be your advisory course. Week 2. Week 2 is also a short week. We start on Tuesday again. Tuesday morning, you'll log in to 5th period, then 8th period, then 7th period, and then 6th period. You'll notice student support times in the schedule as well. Teachers may request individual or small group meets with you, or they may be providing feedback during that time. Tips to be successful this school year. 1. Log into Canvas daily for each of the courses that are scheduled. At the beginning of the week, read all of the announcements that are posted for all of your courses so you can pace your work and organize your week. Complete the work posted in each course within the week. Make sure to reach out to teachers if you need support. Utilize the Canvas inbox to email your teachers. Be positive and work hard. If you run into problems with technology, feel free to reach out to the AASD Help Desk or email our technology coaches right at Appleton East using the email listed there. Thank you.
Hey Patriots, Miss Molitor here. I'm here to walk you through our new schedule and show you how to take attendance. If you've seen our new schedule, you know it looks very different than a normal year. But guess what? A lot of things are going to look very different this year because of the fact that we're living through a pandemic. So it'll take us a little bit of time to get used to this, and we will be flexible and understanding, but just know that things are looking different for a reason, and it will take time to get used to it. We wanted to provide for you more structure for school during our virtual time. And this schedule is a way to provide more structure. Everything that you will be doing for your classes are on Canvas, and essentially you can work on it whenever you want. However, we wanted to provide the structure for you so you know when you can reach out to teachers, get extra support, and just help you better organize your day. So let's take a look at what your day will look like with this new schedule. I want to point out that the schedule was designed to work not only virtually, but also when we move into hybrid. So the flexibility that the schedule allows will help us when we're moving from virtual to hybrid. We will have the same schedule. So on Monday, you'll notice there is some time for student support. 8:15 to 9:20. That is time where if you have questions, you want to connect with a teacher one-on-one, you can reach out to them and they will be available for some support. Then you'll move into some time for all of your different classes. So Monday, that would be 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuesday 5876, and the same on Thursday and Friday. So that's time that you can choose to work on the work for that class. Your teacher may reach out with a Canvas discussion or Google Meet check-in to see how you're doing during that time as well. After period 4, you'll move on to period 3. You'll have a break for advisory and lunch after that. And then period 2 and 1 in the afternoon. And more student support time is offered at the end of the day. So Mondays and Thursdays will look the same. Tuesdays and Fridays will look the same. So although you can work on your Canvas work at any time, these are times where teachers will be available and maybe checking in with you in addition to what you're doing in Canvas. Wednesday, you're still able to work on your work on Canvas, and in the morning, teachers will be working with one another to plan and prepare. In the afternoon, we have more student support time for you to be able to connect with teachers one-on-one or in small groups. So again, this is our schedule for not only when we are virtual, but when we're in hybrid. We know that it looks very different. And we will be flexible in how we adjust to this new schedule. Let's talk a little bit about attendance. Each day, you will have to check in to let us know you're there. You're safe, you're okay, you're engaged. So what that will look like on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays is you'll have to check in during the assigned class time. For example, on Mondays and Thursdays, you'll have to check in for your 4th hour class between 9:25 and 10:30. On Wednesday, you'll have to check in once in the morning and once in the afternoon. So when you log into Infinite Campus, you will see something that says check-ins. You will be able to check into that class during the assigned class time. So you'll simply click on that box and it will open up a notice for you, and you'll click, yes, I'm here. Again, that will tell us that you're okay, you're there, you're checking in. It's not only a state requirement to take attendance, but it's also a way for us to know that you are logging on. So please note, if you do not do this, you will be hearing from the school. We want to make sure that you're okay, that you're checking in. So for all of those classes, you'll be going in and checking in each day. You do not have to check in during your lunch hour or your study halls. And a lot of questions have come up. What if I get my work done on Wednesday? Do I still have to check into my classes on Thursday and Friday? Yes, you do. Daily attendance is a requirement. Again, we need to know that you're there. We need to know that you're okay. And if you don't check in, you will be hearing from the school. When you work through your Canvas orientation the first 2 days of school with your advisory, there will be more information on how to take attendance. Let's first walk through a freshman example of a schedule. I will also walk through sophomore, juniors, and seniors, so feel free to fast forward to the grade level that pertains to you. So here's an example of freshman schedule that you would see when you log into Infinite Campus. As you can see, the hours are arranged just like our day. 4-3-2-1 on Mondays and Thursdays, 5-8-7-6 on Tuesdays and Fridays. So if this were my schedule, on Monday at 9:25, I would have my biology class. I would log into Infinite Campus to say that I'm here, and then I could use that time to work on my work for biology. My teacher might be also having a Google Meet during that time, or another check-in on Canvas that I could engage with. After that, I would have time for my small engines and transmissions class. So I would make sure to check in again on Infinite Campus and check Canvas for any work that I would need to do there, or see if my teacher is holding a Google Meet to check in with me. Then I would take my lunch break. Maybe I'd have an advisory check-in with my advisory teacher, and then I'd come back for civics, end my day with Spanish. I would also know that if I need extra help on any of these classes, I could reach out to my teacher, email them, or message them on Canvas to try to set up a time to meet during that student support time. Now on Tuesdays and Fridays, I have 5th hour lunch. So I don't need to check in during that time, and I don't need to log in to do anything at that time. However, I have that time if I want to continue working on my work on Canvas. So you can still use that time to do your virtual learning. After that, I would go to algebra. I would make sure to log in right around 10:35, and I could use that time to work on my algebra work. Then I'd have a lunch hour. Maybe again, I would have a check-in with my advisory teacher and come back in the afternoon for ELA and health. So that is what a typical freshman schedule could look like. All right, let's take a look at a sophomore schedule. So this sophomore, if you look up your schedule on Infinite Campus, they have 4th hour lunch. So Mondays and Thursdays during the 9:25 to 10:30 time, they do not need to check in. However, you can use that time to start working on your work in Canvas. 3rd hour comes around on Mondays and Thursdays at 10:35. You can check in on Infinite Campus and then use that time to work on your biology work or maybe check in with your teacher. After that, you'd have a break for lunch and possibly an advisory check-in, and you'd come back for geometry and Spanish in the afternoon, making sure you're checking in and seeing if your teacher wants to connect with you during that time. Also know there are those student support times in the beginnings and ends of each day if you want to reach out for extra support. Now, on the second day, Tuesdays and Fridays, you would log in. Make sure to check in at 9:25 for fashion interior design. Work on that work during that time if you wish. See if your teacher wants to check in. After that at 10:35, make sure you check in for humanities. Then you'd have a break for lunch after that. When you have your study hall, you don't have to take attendance for study hall. You can use that time to work on Canvas work for your other courses and then finish your day with ELA. Note that on Wednesdays, you can use that day to work on work for any one of your classes. There's no scheduled specific times. It's just for you to work on the work that's posted on Canvas. Let's take a look at a junior schedule. So when you log into Infinite Campus and see your schedule, again, it's arranged like our day, 4-3-2-1-5-8-7-6. This junior, like many others, has American Studies, which is a 2-hour blocked class. So what it would look like day to day for this student is on Mondays and Thursdays, they would have environmental science at 9:25. They would log into Infinite Campus to make sure they check in right away and then have that time to work on their environmental science. Their teacher might be checking in with them at that time as well, or they might have something on Canvas that they need to complete right away. After that, they have a high school physical education class, then a break for lunch and maybe an advisory check-in, and the afternoon would be American Studies. American Studies is a 2-hour block class, so you would have to do the attendance check-in for both second hour and first hour because they are separated between history and English. So that's what Mondays and Thursdays would look like. Wednesdays, again, you have time to work on any of your classes at your own pace, place, and time. Tuesdays and Fridays, the student would have time for geometry right away to check in at 9:25. Then welding and metal fabrication would be their 8th hour class. You'd have a break for lunch and possibly an advisory check-in and come back for auto ABCs. And this student has lunch 6 hour, so you don't have to do the attendance check-in for lunch. You would just have that time to continue working on your work in Canvas. All right, seniors, last but not least, here's an example of a senior schedule. Mondays and Thursdays, this student has 4th hour lunch, 3rd hour study hall, 2nd hour Spanish, and 1st hour senior communication. So what a Monday and Thursday would look like is this student doesn't actually have to check in during lunch or study hall, but has that time in the morning to work on whatever they would like in Canvas. The lunch break is scheduled from 11:45 to 12:20, and then students can come back for their second hour. They would need to check in right away at 12:25, and then engage in that work, do that work. Maybe the teacher would want to check in with you during that time as well. And then make sure that you check in for senior communication right at 1:35 on Infinite Campus and see if your teacher wants to connect with you at that time. So because of the lunches and the study halls, you have more flexibility of when you want to complete that work. Maybe a lot of your work gets done in the morning, but you still have to check in for each class that you have scheduled. In this instance, it would be second and first hour. Taking a look at Tuesdays and Fridays, the student has math, fifth hour. So you'd have to log in and do your Infinite Campus check, have some time to work on that class, maybe check in with your teacher. After that would be eighth hour environmental science, a break for lunch, and maybe an advisory check-in between eighth and seventh hour. In seventh hour, because the student has study hall, they don't need to check in. You can just use that time to do work. And sixth hour, make sure you come back, sign in on Infinite Campus, check in, and have some time to connect with your teacher and work on work for social problems. Note that on Wednesdays, although there are no scheduled courses, 4321, 5876, it's time for you to do work on Canvas and connect with teachers in the afternoon if you need extra help. Also remember, on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, before and after school, you have time for student support. So if you need additional help from a teacher, reach out to them and make sure you set up a time to meet with them so you can get extra support. Finally, what do you do if you have questions? Who should you go to? Who can you reach out to? A great resource if you have questions about your schedule would be your school counselor. School counselors are arranged by homeroom, so take a look at this chart to see who your school counselor is. They're also there to help if you're struggling with anything. If you just need someone to reach out to, shoot them an email, get in touch with them. Your advisory teacher would also be a great resource during this time. If you are still wondering about how school is going to look or what you need to do, feel free to reach out to them as well. Really, any teacher or staff here at East is here to help. So give us a call, shoot us an email. We're going to do whatever it takes to make you feel comfortable to start this year virtually. It's okay if you're struggling. This is a lot. There are a lot of changes. But just know that we are here to help. We care about you. We're going to get through this together. We know that it's not going to be perfect either. This is new for everyone. So if you miss an attendance check-in during the first week of school, it will be okay. We know that it will take time to get used to this new way of doing things. So give yourself some grace, give yourself some understanding, be flexible, things will change, but we will get through this together. Again, do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or concerns. We are here to help.
So what can I do as a parent or guardian to support the East community this upcoming year? At East, we talk about wins. Wins are what is important now. And we take time to reflect and really bring these moments of gratitude to our daily lives so that we can use that to help us make the next best response or do the next right thing. So if you could please ask your students in the moments that you have with them, what are some wins that they're experiencing at East? And talk through that with them. And hopefully from that conversation, you can learn a little bit more about what's happening at East, but also learn what they're walking through as well. We also are asking you, as parents or guardians, to share with us some of those wins, either that your students are experiencing from your conversations that you're having with them or things that you're seeing on a daily. And we have multiple different ways of sharing out what's happening at East. We have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, website, so you can watch that work happening and then provide us back either in ways of email or posting on Instagram, posting on Twitter or Facebook, those positive wins that we can share with our East community.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us and taking time to do so. Please go back at your convenience to rewatch, rewind, slow us down, speed us up. The information in here hopefully will be at least a little bit of an aid for you as you're looking ahead to those first couple days of school as well as future days of school too. We really thank you for being part of the East community. Again, we're extremely excited for the 2020 school year to kick off. We're always here to help and support you. Please contact us if you have any questions or if you need anything. Appreciate everything that you do. Continue to bring those beliefs of discipline over default, power of team, and standing up and owning it. We are East. Go Patriots.